John Felcher, Sport Fishing Magazine, coming to you from the ICAST show in Las Vegas, Nevada, talking with the folks from Blackfin. Now, I see this motor here is a little bit damaged, but you've got something that maybe you could help out, the Blackfin Skeg. Tell me a little bit about it, Wade.
Well, John, we appreciate your time today. Yeah, so Blackfin was a product designed and engineered for the average everyday boater that when they do damage their skegs or have problems with their lower units below the gear housing, that they can replace that damage and do it cost efficiently in their backyard. So that's where the concept first came up for him for the Blackfin product, was to allow the average consumer to fix a problem that eventually will occur if you're a boater long enough, and that is replace this damaged skeg.
Now, I grew up in Louisiana. A lot of oyster rigs, or oyster reefs, I should say. Damage like this is fairly common. Now, you damage the lower unit of the motor, it's going to cost you several hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars to fix. Your product is a lot less than that. It's a lot easier to buy your product than to buy another motor or another lower unit, correct?
That is correct. That was the big advantage of our product. When we developed the product line, of course, we used to replace the damaged skeg, and it's simply you use a marine adhesive glue. As long as you have at least 2.5 inches of skeg remaining, even if it's broke off to that point, you can replace now and have a brand new innovative skeg design that will now even add an extra 1/2 inch of protection to protect that stainless steel prop. And because of the marine adhesive is made of a very elastic, durable material, when it dries, it creates an absorption barrier. So when you do strike objects in the future, this new product, along with the adhesive, will absorb that shock and transfer all that possible very damaging shock waves, etc., to the unit. Will keep it off your prop and off your gear housing.
So for very inexpensive, you could restore the shape of the motor. Now, if you don't restore the shape of the motor, if you got big damage on this part of the motor, what would that cause the motor to do? Well,
what happens a lot of times is people don't understand the skeg, besides being as far as when you get into water flows, water coming off your nose cones without these nice slick areas, water is volatile. It's going in all directions. A lot of times as it comes off the nose cones, it's getting wider, so it's not being channeled into your prop, which adds propulsion. With the Blackfin being added in onto your skeg, what happens is the water runs over the nose cone, it gets into these hydrofoil stabilizers, which locks and channels that water into the meat of the prop. You pay for that pitch. Why not use it? Get the water channeled into the bead of the prop, and so that you get the lift, propulsion, etc., that you bought in the pitch of the prop. The beauty behind Blackfin is this is $80 retail with the marine adhesive included, 30 minutes in your driveway, whether you have a damaged skeg or just want to add it for pure protection reasons with some added performance enhancing, it can be done in your driveway.
All right, so if you do damage this, which this is pretty tough material here, but if you do damage it, just buy another one.
I mean, $80.
Another $80. Well, there you have it. Here at ICAST in Las Vegas, Nevada.